Welcome to video number 2 in our passive investing for dentists playlist. In this one, it's called active versus passive investing. Which one builds wealth faster? Now, you've probably heard the phrase, real estate is the best way to build wealth. Well, it's true. It's been proven for centuries. But here's the mistake that most dentists make. They assume that investing in real estate means that you have to become landlords. That means buy rentals, deal with tenants, handle repairs, renovations. No thank you. In this video, I'll show you why passive investing often builds wealth faster and with way less stress than going active. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Dr. Johnny and I'm a dentist. I'm an endodontist, investor, and the founder of Walk of Wealth. And I've done both sides of the real estate investing game, active and passive investing. I've underwritten and invested in my own rental deals, both single family and multiple different classes of commercial real estate. And I've invested passively in 7, 8, and even 9-figure syndications. Today, on this video, I'll show you the difference and help you figure out which path is actually right for you. Now, active investing means that you're the one doing the work. As the name implies, you're active. So you're actively going out and finding the property, going through websites, MLS, talking to real estate brokers, etc., getting loans, right? Working with lenders, underwriters, dealing with contractors, handling property management, filing paperwork. You're the landlord, you're the operator, you're the decision maker. Now, the upside of this, control, right? You have control over your own destiny in a sense. Well, at least the parts that you can control. The downside is the time involvement, the stress, the liability, and a ceiling. Passive investing is completely different. In this scenario, you are putting your capital into a syndication or private fund and defer the day-to-day operation and management of the real estate to third-party expertise, who's commonly referred to as the sponsor or the general partner. The sponsor or the general partner team, they find the deals, they get the financing, they manage the deal, they manage the tenants, they manage every part of the execution of the business plan. And you are an LP in this situation, and you're a limited partner, and that's typically an investor. Now, as an LP investor, you receive your proportionate share of cash flow. You get your percentage of tax advantages, and you also get your percentage of profits if the deal is profitable, and that's called equity upside. Now, as an LP investor, since you're not going to be the one doing the work, what you have to do is vet the one that is going to be doing the work, right? The one that you're deferring to their expertise, the sponsor. So you have to vet the sponsor, you vet the deal, and wire the funds. And that's your extent of the involvement in that deal. There's no toilets, there's no tenants, no termites, and most importantly, no time. Right? The 4 T's. All right, so let's do a side-by-side comparison of active investing versus passive investing. Now, in terms of time commitment, as an active investor, depending on how many deals you have, this could be as much as 10 to 20 hours per month. Now, if you are a passive investor, you're looking at less than 2 hours per deal, right? And a deal might have a timeline of 3 to 7 years. Now, that's a time commitment. Let's look at returns. Returns in an active investment should be higher because you have a time component involved, and that should mean that you should be rewarded for your time involvement as well, and they should be higher. But the truth of the matter is, with active investments, especially with a novice or mom and pop investor, the returns can be quite variable, right? It depends on the opportunity, it depends on the operator. And whereas when you are investing as an LP, there are very targeted returns, and you're usually targeting in the range of 12 to 25% on average. Now let's look at from the third aspect of stress level. Very high versus very low. I don't think that needs to be explained any further than that. With the passive investment as an LP, you put the stress level is negligible or zero when it comes to the operation of the property. What's happening at the deal level if there's a pipe that bursts, whatever. That's not anything that's going to be, that's not on your plate. That's not on your radar. And so the stress is low. Whereas if that same pipe bursts on a property that you actively own, now that becomes your problem, right? So that's why the stress level is very, very different. The next category is liability. As you know, with a passive investment, the liability is very low because your exposure is limited only to the capital invested, right? Whereas the liability is very high for an active investor, especially if there's any personal guarantees on loans. Next is scalability. Very difficult to scale. I found this myself with active investment. You have time bottlenecks, you have bandwidth bottlenecks, right? Because you can only handle so many properties. Whereas as an LP, very easy to scale. This just vet and invest. Simple, but not easy. Now, if you're a full-time clinician or a busy practice owner, do you really have the time or the desire to manage properties at scale? Now, I spoke to a dentist recently who bought 4 single-family rentals. He was collecting about $3,200 a month in gross rent. But after vacancies, repairs, property management, and taxes, he was netting less than $900 per month from all 4 properties combined. Meanwhile, another dentist in our mastermind just recently invested $100,000 into a multifamily syndication, and he receives over $700 a month in cash flow, no headaches, and over $60,000 in paper losses for tax purposes. One was a job, the other was wealth building. You've probably heard it before. Passive investing is for people who are lazy. No, it's for people who are strategic. I want control. You don't want control. You want results. Passive investing gives you results without sacrificing your time or sanity. You probably heard this before. I'll start investing passively once I buy a few rentals. By then, hopefully you're not too tired, too busy, or too burned out to make the shift. Are you looking for a second job or a second, third, and fourth stream of income? Are you trying to escape the chair and free up your time, or build another business that you now have to go and manage? Passive investing at scale lets your money go to work so that you don't have to. Always remember, if there's one take-home message from this video, the more money that you have working for you, the less that you have to work for money. So if you've been on the fence wondering if you should buy a rental or go passive, think about your time. Time is the most precious commodity we have, and we don't know how much of it we have left. Think about your peace. Think about your goals. Think about a fulfilled life. Passive investing doesn't just build wealth, it builds freedom if you do it right. All right, that was video 2 of our 8-part Passive Investing 101 series. In the next video, I'll show you how to to create a proper investor mindset, from a mindset of scarcity and fearfulness to one of enlightenment, knowledge, and action. Subscribe and turn on notifications now. If you want to co-invest with me and other like-minded professionals, get early access to our deals, and be part of a powerful community, click the link below to learn more about the Walk of Wealth Mastermind. I'll see you on the next video.